Okay, in this video we're going to talk about leaking Schrader valves, okay? So what you want to do is, if you have a leaking Schrader valve, so let's say you go to your unit, and what's going to happen is if your Schrader valves is leaking, the valves right in here, this is how they look like. So your Schrader valves look like this, okay? It's actually inside the actual valve. So this valve, what happens is, you see that little gasket on that valve? This valve will actually go bad after a while, especially on this side, which is your high pressure side. But what happens is this valve, after a while, the rubber on this gasket will actually just go bad through all the heat on this high side line, right? So they do go bad after a while. So what you want to do first, before you make this a big problem, first you want to see if it's loose. So what you want to do is you want to get, you don't have to have something fancy like this to tighten up your Schrader valve. You can have something like this that's really simple. Okay, so you just need something that goes in there, which is a tool. It's a special tool to tighten up your Schrader valves. But it doesn't have to be this one. This is way more fancier. You can do it with this one as well too. So all you do is put it in there and tighten it up. Okay. So if you notice, if you tighten it up, now you don't want to make it too tight, because then you can actually damage that gasket, right? But you do want to make it tight. Okay. And sometimes if you make it really tight, it's going to be even harder to put the Freon in the system if you make it too tight. So sometimes if you make it too tight, you got to loosen it up a little bit if you want to add the Freon too. Sometimes the Freon will go in too slow if it's too tight, right? So what you want to do is you want to tighten it up, and then you want to check if you have a leak after you tighten it up. Now if you notice, if you still have bubbles coming out and you tightened it up, okay, I'm going to show you all how to actually replace that Schrader valve if you literally have no choice to replace it. Now, this is the trick with this, okay? You never want to take that valve out inside at all, because if you take that valve out, all the Freon's going to come out. You just can't take it out with that tool. You can tighten it up, but you can't remove it. So if you want to replace that that Schrader valve in this valve here, you're going to need a tool like this one to actually replace this this Schrader valve. Okay, so what you're going to want to do here, you're going to want to put this in there like this. Now this is a special tool. What this does is it actually lets you stick it in there, and it actually lets you remove the valve while all the Freon's in the system, because this actual latch right here will stop all the Freon from coming out. So you're going to see how I do this. So it's going to go in there like that, right? Now if you notice, it's open now, but now it's locked. The Freon won't come out. See, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it in there. I'm going to open this up. It's going to go in there. Once you feel, and then you can actually, once it's in there, you want to screw it down so it doesn't pop out when you remove it. So what you're going to do is you're going to feel it's going to kind of just lock in there. There it is. It's in there now. So it's in there. I feel that it locked in. Once it's in there, then you want to remove it. You want to remove it. Okay. Now it's out. I feel it out already. And you can actually just pull it out like that. The Freon pressure will pull it out. And then once you have it out, you actually close it. And then you unscrew it. And it's out. And that's how you do it. Now there's no valve, right? So now what you do is, once it's out, you actually get the new one. Right? You get the new one. You stick the new one in there. So this is the new one now. You stick the new one in there. Okay, like that. Right? You close it down. And then you open it. Stick it in there. Tighten it up. And that's it. Unscrew it, lock it. And if you notice, it's not there no more. And you got a new valve in there, okay? So that's how you replace a leaking Schrader valve. This is the easiest way with no technical experience. There's another way to do it, but it's a little bit more technical, and it's actually going to cost more because you got to have gauges, you got to pump down the system. So this is the actual easiest way to do it if you don't, want to pump down the system, if you don't have this tool. Because remember, you can do it the other way by pumping it down, but then you got to have gauges, you got to have this tool. So this tool probably cost about $30. It's a lot cheaper than having to buy gauges and having to have this tool, right? And that's pretty much it. So that's how you replace a leaking Schrader valve. All right, thanks for watching the video.